Like, these animators are on shaky ground.
Yes, correct.
What happened with the actor strike? Did they settle that? Is that over?
Rachel Zegler, her incredibly off-putting personality is not the only thing you will get out of Rachel Zegler while talking to her. She will remind you that she hates
Rachel Zegler. The controversial lead of Disney's Snow White remake has recently added fuel to the fire by making a bold political statement supporting Free Palestine. This move has left Disney executives panicking, fearing that the backlash could escalate into a full-blown boycott of the movie, and honestly, their fears seem warranted. After all, you reap what you sow, and Disney is now getting a bitter taste of its own medicine. The drama surrounding Rachel Zegler and Disney has reached new heights, and even Joe Rogan couldn't resist weighing in on the chaos. Yes, you heard that right. Joe Rogan, known for discussing everything from UFC fights to alien conspiracies, has now turned his attention to Snow White. But before we dive into his take, let's rewind and break down how we got here. It all started back in August 2024 when Disney released the first teaser for Snow White on YouTube. What should have been a moment of excitement quickly turned into an unmitigated disaster. Within weeks, the teaser became the most disliked movie trailer in YouTube history, amassing nearly 1 million dislikes compared to just 68,000 likes. Within the first 24 hours alone, the video had racked up 193,000 dislikes, leaving Disney with a PR crisis of epic proportions, and the comments were nothing short of brutal. One user mocked, "I came here purely because I saw on Facebook that this video has over 1 million downvotes, and I really wanted to be a part of that community." Another wrote, "Wow, Disney, you truly are incredible. It took you 3 years, multiple rewrites, unnecessary CGI, and $29 million just for me to enjoy the comment section of a movie I'll never watch. Bless you." The sentiment was clear. Fans were angry, disillusioned, and ready to make their voices heard. So what went so catastrophically wrong? Fans point to a combination of questionable casting decisions and baffling creative choices instead of the beloved Seven Dwarfs. Disney initially planned to feature a group of diverse magical creatures, a move that backfired spectacularly when actors with dwarfism called out the studio for excluding them in an attempt to salvage the situation. Disney pivoted to CGI characters, but the results were lifeless and awkward, leaving fans wondering how a live-action remake could feel less authentic than the animated original. But the controversy didn't stop there. At the heart of this storm is Rachel Zegler, cast as Snow White herself, while her casting initially sparked cautious optimism. Her comments about the original 1937 classic ignited a firestorm during a resurfaced interview. Zegler dismissed the original as extremely dated and criticized its romance, calling it creepy and weird. Her words hit a nerve with fans who grew up cherishing the timeless tale, and her dismissive tone only added fuel to the fire.
Version of Snow White is different, and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. She's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows.
Fans interpreted these remarks as disrespectful, not only to the original creators, but also to the generations who grew up with Snow White as a cherished part of their childhood. Disney, rather than distancing itself from Zegler's comments, seemed to double down, allowing her critiques to go unchallenged, a decision that alienated even their most loyal supporters in an effort to repair the damage. Disney sent Zegler on a press tour to promote the film. However, her attempts to backtrack came across as insincere. Fans weren't convinced by her sudden praise for the project, especially after her earlier viral critiques. To make matters worse, her portrayal of Snow White in promotional material seemed worlds away from the kind-hearted princess audiences adored. Instead, Zegler's version appeared brash and condescending, leaving fans questioning why Disney had, strayed so far from the original character's charm, and then another bombshell dropped in a recently resurfaced 2022 interview with Entertainment Weekly. Zegler admitted that as a child, the animated classic had scared her so much she avoided it for over a decade. She described the film as extremely dated in its portrayal of women, and claimed the remake would redefine the phrase fairest of them all to focus on justice rather than beauty. While some saw this as a modern twist, others viewed it as yet another attempt to undermine the legacy of the original. TikTok was soon flooded with backlash, with users comparing Zegler's comments to those of Halle Bailey, the star of Disney's The Little Mermaid. Bailey had celebrated the original story while embracing her role, earning praise for her respectful approach. In contrast, Zegler's dismissive attitude felt like a rejection of the original's magic. One viral comment summed up the sentiment perfectly. Disney found a way to cast someone for Snow White whose entire personality on a marketing tour is "I hate Snow White."
This is Rachel Zegler. Her incredibly off-putting personality is not the only thing you will get out of Rachel Zegler while talking to her. She will remind you that she hates.
If the backlash wasn't enough, Rachel Zegler's outspoken nature continued to add fuel to the fire in a now viral video. Zegler was caught on camera rolling her eyes and scoffing when asked about Snow White's traditional love story. Her dismissive attitude didn't sit well with fans, who felt that she was mocking a beloved classic rather than honoring it. The internet erupted with criticism, with many pointing out how previous Disney princess actresses had shown reverence for their roles, whereas Zegler seemed to be openly embarrassed by hers. This fueled speculation that Disney executives were regretting their casting. Choice insiders reported that the studio was scrambling to control the damage, even considering limiting Zegler's press appearances to avoid further controversies. But the damage was done. Every interview clip and resurfaced comment only reinforced the narrative that she was the wrong fit for the role.
Animators are on shaky ground.
Yes, correct.
What happened with the actor strike? Did they settle?
The situation took another dramatic turn when Zegler publicly expressed her support for Free Palestine amid the ongoing political conflict. While many praised her for taking a stand, others saw it as another controversy. Disney was unprepared to handle the timing. It couldn't have been worse. Disney was already struggling to recover from the Snow White backlash, and now they had to navigate a politically charged storm as well. Conservative media outlets jumped on the story, with pundits calling for a boycott of the film, arguing that Disney had become too politically divisive. This left Disney in a precarious position. If they distanced themselves from Zegler, they risked alienating a segment of their audience. If they supported her, they risked further backlash. The controversy surrounding Snow White had officially evolved. Beyond just casting issues, it had become a cultural battleground.
I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death.
With the movie's release date approaching, Disney's marketing strategy took an unexpected turn. Instead of highlighting Zegler, they shifted their promotional focus to Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen. Early trailers and posters showcased Gadot's performance far more prominently than Zegler's, leading fans to speculate that Disney was deliberately downplaying their lead actress to avoid further damage. Meanwhile, industry analysts began to symbolize everything fans felt had gone wrong with modern Disney. Now, with all eyes on the film's opening weekend, one question remains. Can Disney salvage this disaster, or is this the beginning of a new era of accountability for Hollywood's biggest studio?